70. An ignorant person will always overdo a thing, neglect it totally. 70. The wiser a man is, the less talkative will he be. 72. Time wears out bodies, renews hopes, brings death nearer, and takes away aspirations. Whoever gets anything from the world lives in anxiety for holding it, and whoever loses anything passes his days grieving over the loss. 73. Whoever wants to be a leader should educate himself before educating others. Before preaching to others, he should first practice himself. Whoever educates himself and improves his own morals is superior to the man who tries to teach and train others. 74. Every breath you take is a step towards death. 75. Anything which can be counted is finite and will come to an end. 76. If matters get mixed up, then scrutinize the cause, and you will know what the effects will be. 77. Zarar bin Zamra Zababi, known as Zarar Sudai, was a companion of Imam Ali. When after the martyrdom of Imam Ali, he went to Damascus, Muawiyah called him and asked him to say something about Imam Ali. Zarar, knowing that Muawiyah hated Imam Ali, intensely tried to avoid this topic. But Muawiyah forced him to speak. Thereupon, Zarar said, "O Ameer, I had often seen Imam Ali in the depth of nights, when people were either sleeping or engrossed in amusements. He would be standing in the niche of the masjid with tears in his eyes, and he would beseech Allah to help him maintain a pious, a virtuous, and a noble character, and to forsake the world. He would then address the world, saying, 'O vicious world, be away from me. Why do you come in front of me like this? Do you want to allure me? Allah forbid that I should be allured and tempted by you and your pleasures. It is not possible. Go and try your allurements on somebody else. I do not desire to own you and do not want to have you. I have forsaken you thrice. It is like divorcing a woman thrice, after which act she cannot be taken back as a wife. The life of pleasures that you offer is of a very little duration. There is no real importance in what you offer. The desire of holding you is an insult and a humiliation to sober minds. Sad is the plight of those who want to acquire you. They do not provide for the hereafter. They have to pass through a long journey over a very difficult road towards a sad destination. Zarar says that when he stopped, there were tears in the eyes of Muawiyah, who said, "May peace of Allah be upon Abul Hasan Ali ibn Abi Talib. He was undoubtedly like that. Now tell me, Zarar, how do you feel his separation?" Zarar replied, "My sorrow and grief is like that of a woman whose only child has been murdered in her lap." With this remark, Zarar walked out of the court of Muawiyah and left the city. 78. After the battle of Siffin, somebody asked Imam Ali whether they had been destined to fight against the Syrians. Imam Ali replied, If by destiny you mean a compulsion, physical or otherwise, through which we are forced by nature to do a thing, then it is not so. Had it been an obligation of that kind, there would have been no question of reward for doing it and punishment for not doing it. When you are physically forced to do a thing, like breathing, sleeping, eating, drinking, etc., then there can be no reward for doing it and no retribution for not doing it. In such cases, nature forces you to do a thing and you cannot but do it. Then the promised blessings and punishments in life after death will have no meaning. The merciful Lord has given His creatures, human beings, complete freedom to do as they like, and then prohibited them from certain actions and warned them of the consequences of such actions, His wrath and His punishments. These orders of Allah carry in them the least trouble and lead us towards the most convenient ways of life, and the rewards which He has promised for good deeds are many times more than the actions actually deserve. He sees people disobeying Him and tolerates them, not because He can be overlured or be compelled to accept human supremacy over Him. He did not send His prophets to amuse Himself or provide amusement for them. He did not reveal His orders without any genuine reason, nor has He created the galaxies and the earth without any purpose. The universe without plan, purpose and program is the idea of infidels and the pagans. Sorry will be their plight in the leaping fires of hell. Hearing this, the man asked Imam Ali, then what kind of destiny was it that we had? Imam Ali replied, it was an order of Allah to do it like the order He has given in His holy book. You are destined by Allah to worship none but Him. Here, destined means ordered. It does not mean physical compulsion. 79. Acquire wisdom and truth from whomever you can, because even an apostate can have them, but unless they are passed over to a faithful Muslim and become part of wisdom and truth that he possesses, they have a confused existence in the minds of apostates. 80. Knowledge and wisdom are really the privilege of a faithful Muslim. If you have lost them, get them back, even though you may have to get them from the apostates. 70. An ignorant person will always overdo a thing, neglect it totally. 7. The wiser a man is, the less talkative will he be. 72. Time wears out bodies, renews hopes, brings death nearer,